What they do, y'all.
What's happening?
Hopefully you all doing well. You all had a productive day, a productive week. And as you can see, we back with another one for the tribe of aces and jewels.
Another one.
Yes. Introduce yourself, bro. You can see I got an ace on deck for sure.
Early. So you already know I'm Tony, the one and only from the Shameless Ghost podcast, better known as Ant from Around the Way. What's happening, everybody?
What's good, Ant? How you doing, man?
Yeah, let's get it, man.
I appreciate you coming on. Today's topic, what we're going to talk about is men empowerment. All right, so make sure y'all check it out. What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure. So
you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis Gemz.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. All right, so we back. Men empowerment.
Most definitely.
Right? So basically it's you have to be empowered to do something, right, as men. And the reason for coming with this topic, I've been on Ant for years, and I know that he always been on a mission, a plan to execute, even with family, friends, relationships, I believe spiritually as well, financially for sure. You get what I'm saying? And I believe that he will bring some intriguing things or some knowledgeable things to the tribe, right? So we just started off with just how do you feel about men empowerment and how it is important for us men to be empowered. So yeah, go ahead, let it drop, bro.
To be empowered, man, is to take that step forward and to live your truth.
Okay.
To set your goals and to live through them, to see them out for sure. And honestly, it's really just passing the next generation the same knowledge that you have. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's really what the empowerment is getting to a place where you can take a step back and help the next man up. You know what I mean? This ain't no crabs in a bucket. You know what I mean? So if you're empowering yourself only, then you're not empowered at all. Exactly. It's all about what you do for the next person, man. Mm. Got to be big on that. So that's what it is right now. Just being intentional about everything you do, you know?
Gotcha. So also the reason for coming up with this, I was thinking about a man's assignment, you know, when it comes down to why, the purpose, the plan of why we should do what we do, you know, and to be empowered, we need a trigger. And that trigger could be family. It could be money. It can be our kids. And I know with family, it could be twofold, right? But women, you get what I'm saying? Sure. I put respect, also pride, and what else I put?
Anything that's positive in your life that's the driving force to making you do what you want to do. Get up in the morning and put your shoes on and go. That's exactly what it is, man. Mm-hmm. Ain't got to be one thing. It could be all things. Facts. Just know you got a purpose. Facts.
But the thing is, some men get lost in the sauce, right?
It happens to the best of us, man.
Right. Sure. And we, of course, with the distractions, and I also mentioned consequences as well when I had text you. We don't think about the things that we're going to have to face, right? When we come into life, let's say with women, let's say with our job or our attitudes or our pride, we push ourselves to be something that we're not as well. And I was just pondering like, man, how can I empower the guys to stop being so distracted, you know, and start to focus more on the agenda, their purpose, their plan as a man, because we get deterred by just any little thing. True. I mean, by skirts, by a car,
smell, anything.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So any and everything can deter us, but how can we stay focused, you know, on the mission and the goal? And I I know you got the answer.
Man, I wish I had. Every day is a struggle, man. So everybody got to understand that there's no blinders to the sides that you can put on. You can put on at all times. Like every day is a struggle. You always see something bigger and better that'll get you off your course, but you got to stay true to the plan. Okay. Let's say you're trying to get this car, and you know what I mean, you got the money, you're growing the money, you're working hard, and then something come up. Your homeboys want to take a trip. What you gonna do? You want to relax. You want to have a good time. You've been working hard. You say that to yourself, man. I've been working hard. I need to reward myself. Now the reward is what's going on in the end. That's what you gotta be focused on. So I mean, it's tough, man. Not saying you don't reward yourself, but you gotta be conscious of what you're doing. Like you gotta stay focused, man. And at the end, like I said, that'll be the reward. You know that's a greater thing in the end. So all those little bitty rewards, having that drink or having that trip, having that girl, that's not where it's at. Because then in the end, you can have 20 of everything when you reach your goal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, just stay focused. That's all I can say, man. It ain't easy. It ain't hard. Just keep reminding yourself.
See, but you say that because your intellect is different. Your outcome is right in front of you. Some guys cannot see it in front of them because, again, they could be just, I could talk about this as well, because of ourselves. Because we don't see it, we stop. True. Because we haven't seen the end goal. We envision it, but because we see that we studied or, we did put together the LLC. You get what I'm saying? We started the baby steps or the beginning steps, but because we didn't make our first sale.
Right. I think in this day and age, everybody wants instant gratification. That's the biggest problem. You know what I mean? Like, you don't look towards the end. Like I said, it's what I can get tomorrow when I know, like, the bigger goal is 3 years from now.
Gotcha.
If you don't get it, I don't mean it's over with. It's a war. It's not a battle. You know what I mean? So you just got to keep pushing, man, and get what you got to get. I don't know how else to say it. Gotcha. It ain't hard. I mean, it ain't easy. It's not. If it was easy, everybody be there already. Mm-hmm. I mean, you won't be crying on tomorrow. You won't be bleeding the next day. Because in the end, all that's going to be worth it. So just keep fighting a good fight.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's break it down to 7 areas. Mental, financial, I put vocational, spiritual, family, physical, social. Physical. What you think about physical?
When you say physical, what you mean by physical? Like
physical, exercising.
Oh, okay.
Health. Trying to eat right, staying focused, going to the doctor.
True, 100% about that. Now they say health is wealth, right?
Right.
So, man, if your body ain't right, you can't move. You can't do nothing. You can't do what you're expecting to do. So I just figure, like, if my inside, I got to start from the core. I got to get that right first. And when that happens, then I can get mentally right. And when I get mentally right, then I can push that on the outside and outward on the external and make that happen. But you just said it too. You got to go to the doctor, man. Like, there's too many young brothers out here. Like prostate cancer, testicular cancer, all that is a big problem because we don't get checked early. Like I said, every day in the clinic, you know what I mean? I got so many patients that's going through things that they could have caught early on. Like, I got dudes that's 30 years old with a heart attack or with the aneurysm, with a stroke. There's no way you should be 30 with a stroke. Why your blood pressure so high? That's easy stuff to catch. They got the arm thing and like the blood pressure machine in Walgreens now. There's no more excuses. You can buy it from Amazon for $10. You know what I mean? So like we seen like our fathers going through it now, where we at that age where our fathers are 60 and 70. Most people, to be honest with you, a lot of us don't even have fathers no more because of certain stuff like this. Right. So you got to be mindful. You got to see that. You got to know that it's an attack on black men, whether it's spiritually, mentally, whether it's our culture-wise, the food we eat, whether we don't allow ourselves to even have these conversations amongst other men. Right. So that's exactly what it is. You just got to take care of yourself, and then you be able to take care of others. Right. That's real.
So you're empowered to, be there for your family.
100%.
Right, by taking care of your physical. Sometimes my thing is just getting up in the morning.
True that.
Just to go to the gym or just to do push-ups.
Just to brush your teeth sometimes. It'd be tough, though. Like, it's that will, man. Yeah. Like, at 6 o'clock in the morning thing, nobody want to do it, but there's somebody in there doing it, I promise you. So you keep holding back on that and not doing it.
Facts. Okay. So let's go mental right after that. Mentally being, let's say, focused. And I know we kind of brushed on it, but mentally being focused, telling ourselves at different points to get up and get it done, right? What are some of the tools that you may have used throughout your life to keep going, that using, being mentally
prepared, mentally stable?
Okay.
Man, it's really making goals. That's the thing. That's the drive right there for me. Is like you said before. Like people don't want to see the long term goals. They want to see the short term, the short
gratification.
Gratification. So if you make those small goals, then you get everything, because you get those little wins that you're looking for, and it also keeps you on pace. So I mean, that's one component of being mentally sound and mentally prepared. But it's also like being prepared, having a plan. Like, yeah, the plan goes towards the goal, so everything goes in line with each other. Like tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to go to the gym. You know what I mean? That is a small goal that you can win to the bigger portion of being mentally and physically fit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to get those little wins through the goals. And that's just how I feel about it. Like mental health is huge right now, but you got to win for yourself. So take those small wins and keep it rolling.
Right. And getting yourself evaluated.
For sure. For sure.
Counseling.
We're not okay, man. Like you're not okay.
Right. Dealing with day-to-day stress.
True.
The turmoils that you can go through just going to the parking lot or just being followed at the store, especially, younger kids being followed around the store. If you're black, they think you're going to steal something. I was just leaving school the other day. The lady unlocked the car, and as I'm walking by, she lost her car though. And I knew what it was.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So some of that stuff can mess with you. Also being told that you're nothing, as you're growing up, or you're going to be just like your father, which was someone that was in prison. And these mental, let's say just the mental turmoils of the mental
the traumas.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. Like we living with daily traumas and not looking for anybody to help us. If we had all the answers, then we wouldn't be in this situation. Like we're so easy to say, oh, I talked to my mom, I talked to my girl. Why won't you talk to a therapist that have 8-9 years of experience in it? You know what I mean? Or even went to school to solve not even to solve, but to listen to you and say the right things. Like I trust my mom, I trust my old girl, but like, really? Does she really know? Can she really support you in the way you need to be supported versus somebody who's gone to school for this?
Hey.
Let's keep it real. It ain't nothing wrong with it.
There, bro.
So I mean, call that therapist. It ain't gonna hurt. All they do is just listen and just guide you in your way. You make your own decisions. You can leave when you want to. It's not jail. So I mean, if you really want help, go get the help. But you got to be mentally sound to do what you need to do for the next person, or for your kids, for your wife, for your mom, for your dad. Let's stop playing.
I agree. And segue right into the spiritual. I believe in Jesus Christ, but people have their own belief system. But I believe there must be
higher being.
Right. But not just that, but there must be a spiritual walk that you must strive for. I mean, some people, atheists or whatever they may believe in, you must need something, Right. Go ahead, let it drop.
I completely agree with that. No matter who you believe in, it's that belief that pushes you when you have nothing left. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So whether it's Buddha, Allah, God, Jesus, whatever, Catholicism, whatever it is you believe in, it's that thing that only you can believe in, actually have that in your heart. And that's what it is about, what's in your heart. And that's what guides you. Because technically, I mean, if you don't have that in your heart, then who are you? You know what I mean? What says that you're doing something good or bad?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what keeps you in line.
The moral
keeps
compass,
you focused. Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I had a lot of my friends who shy away from the church and say I have a moral compass, but I tell them, like, I mean, every religion, things are different. So how do you know what you're doing is correct? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my moral compass tell me, which is cool, but like, in my religion, we can't have more than one wife. I'm just saying,
right.
Some you can have more, so then you can see it's the difference. So you got to believe in something that's bigger than you, that will tell you that is real, what you can get to.
Or you gonna fall for anything.
You don't fall, man. Something got to support you when you down.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And then we could speak on family, but you going through them like it ain't nothing.
I know, man. Just because, to be honest with you, all this is, it really is all related to each other. And
right.
To be real with you, because for me, you can't have one without the other. Can't have family, can't have physical, can't have mental health without physical health. So all that's intertwined. So if you take one component out, then I'm lacking somewhere. And I got to rebuild again and find out what it is. So
what I try to teach the aces as well as the jewels, just the tribe, we need to be well balanced, and these are the areas that we must be balanced in. So just speaking on the family. And I was thinking about being more engaged. Us as men, we have the tenacity to go out and say, I'm working for my family and I'm just bringing home bread. But then you're not engaged,
right,
with your kids and with your wife. You believe in stop dating at a certain point, or because I bring home the bacon and butter, I should just get my meal and don't worry about changing the diaper, or just helping them put on clothes, you know what I'm saying? So we neglect the fatherhood, or being a father inside of the home. We know how to provide, but we just don't know how to sit down and talk with our kids and see how they was.
True. I can agree with that. Like, at times we don't take a second and realize what's happening in the home, because we think, like, growing up in the type of household we probably grew up in is like you said, you just provide. And then you provide shelter, you provide and security is what you think about. And so you forget about the little things. Like, it's to be a father, it takes a lot more than just putting food on the table and putting a house around the family. You know what I mean? It's the day-to-day interactions that's real. Because I know for me, my dad was always hands-on. And so
that's what's up.
I guess I was blessed to have that in my life and to benefit from it, because now I can take that to my kids.
Right.
And then they can feel the love that I felt.
You were shown.
Right. And just keep pouring into them. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. Like, are you really a father? You know what I mean? What are you doing right now? Is that really what a father should be doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're not out there at that football game,
I agree.
What else is there to do? Like, really, like, you at the bar, like, come on, bro. Like, it ain't nothing out there. Like, your kids is what's got your last name, and that's what's gonna carry your heritage and your lineage. So that's what I think about, bro.
I agree. Being at the football games, the basketball games, the poetry recitals, of the PTSB it's PTA meetings, my bad. And just being there and being present and being hands-on, knowing who the teachers are. Some of the dads don't even know their kid's birthday.
That's tough, man.
And because they're busy. And I think sometimes we just make excuses and feel like we don't have to do that part because we provide the security and the money.
I mean, the weight of the world can feel like it's on top of you. I mean, I think any man with a kid can tell you, like, man, I need to get this money. I need to provide. I need to get it. And that's my main focus. But you really got to take a step back. What are you losing by going to work 16 hours a day? You know what I mean? You go to work from 7 to fucking 7, excuse my language.
Yeah.
And then you get home at whatever, while everybody's sleeping, and you leave when everybody's still sleeping. Like, that's not really being a dad, because you're providing. Like, you got to have a trade-off. My wife actually told me about it. I used to work a lot. I used to work 7 days a week, maybe 14 hours a day.
Sound like my brother.
But I be trying to get. I'm like, I got to get this crib. I got to get this. I got to get that. And that was my main focus. Not knowing that the main focus are the actual spending is actually spending time. So then when I refocused myself, and I really had to. Like, I stopped working weekends. I started getting like to the 9 to 5, and I realized what I was losing was more expensive than it is to be working. You know what I mean? Right. So then, like, I prefer now to be home with the kids than to be at work. Right. Like, I discuss work. I mean, honestly, that's how it gets, because, like, I'm losing time with my kids by being at work. Right. You know what I mean? So don't call me from the office. You know what I mean? I don't want to know. When I leave there, I turn it off and I get in the dad mode. And that was even a tough one too, because you'd be so used to being at work than that person. So then you start being the work man at home. And you just losing all the way around.
Yeah, I think the most important thing with family is time.
100%.
You get what I'm saying? To spend with them. My dad, not my dad, but my son, he loves to be able to tell me what happened that day in school, each day, that I talked to him. So it's one of those where he could just tell me, like he was telling me about Ariana today, how she told him, she hated him. Right. You get what I'm saying? Those little stories. What? Dad, guess what happened to me today? And then you build a relationship, but you got to put in the time. He just don't know me to be a paymaster. You know, so I do agree with that. So let's talk about work balance relationships, since you opened that up. Put for vocational, as far as people being able to work but still being able to have a social life as well. How do you feel about that, bro? Let it go.
Like anything, it really isn't that easy, but everything can be done because the next man is doing. That's just my take on life. If another man can do it, who said why can't I do it? He got two heads, and that's how we said, like, it's nothing somebody else can do that I can't do.
Gotcha.
But it is, you do have to find a balance, because even for yourself, you gotta take time and break bread for yourself. You gotta relax. If you don't get that, then you just running on 10 at all times, and you're bound to break. You know what I mean? So go have that drink. Nobody's saying you can't have the drink, but just make sure your paper right first too. Don't spend the money. Don't spend the light bill at the club.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You're trying to keep up with the Joneses. That ain't gonna help you.
At
like,
all.
If anybody know me, they know they call me cheap. I ain't cheap. I don't think I'm conservative, dog. Like it don't make sense. Then why am I doing it? Like I'm not finna buy a $500 bottle and it's $40 in the store.
I agree.
Like I get to a certain age, it's cool to see, but after that, you just wasted $500.
Just wasted.
So, and I can get the same type of drink from the liquor store. Being honest with
Same
you,
effect.
It don't make sense no more. Like I'm past that age, so. If you 35 and you still in the club and you still buying bottles, cool, that's your thing. Don't let me deter you, but just make sure your paper right to do it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And that's just not what I'm interested in.
Right.
Like, that right there is
it's playing.
that's a lot of other stuff for me right now. $500 can go a lot another way, and
Gotcha.
that's a lot.
Gotcha. So okay, we talked about the social. Now financial.
You know, I'm big on that. I'm big on the finances, man. Like I said, like I'm conservative because I know how much a dollar can go, how much it can grow. Still buy nice things, don't get me wrong, but my mindset right now is I'm 35 years old. I need to work right now so I can get this early retirement, and that's what it is.
What's your age?
35.
No. What age that you want to retire?
Honestly, there is no age. The age is tomorrow. And that's what I'm working towards. I
like
it's
that.
As early as it can be.
Okay.
And that's what I'm working towards.
Gotcha.
You set your mind on that age, and that means you got a plan that need to be deterred. Because I still got the pension that comes out at 60, whatever, 65, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you still got to make those investments. Like saving in the bank ain't where it's at no more. That's the old school way of thinking. Saving in that shoebox, put the rubber bands around it. That ain't it no more. You got to invest. And you got to make your money make money, so you don't have to work. And that's what it is. I even learned, like, the more you start investing, the more you start, like, growing, right? Once you start shaking hands with different people that's growing, like, you start having those conversations, and now you're in a different category of friends, and that's how it works. So now these friends teaching you about this and this and this, and the ball don't stop rolling. You know what I mean? So like everybody tell you, it's about the company you keep, man.
I agree.
You got to get into some different circles so somebody can open up your mind and be open-minded about it too. You may not understand it, but then don't be scared to learn. Pick up a book. I pay for classes. I went to school. I'm still gonna pay for classes now.
Me too.
It's the Airbnb class that I just took. Hey, I'm gonna go take it. I'm gonna spend the 5 racks on it and go get it. That's what it is. Don't be scared. Take a chance on yourself.
Taking a risk.
Yeah.
Because we can speak on that as well. But before we go that far with who you socialize with, just speaking on the finances, staying motivated and not just working so hard to work to an end. You know, just thinking about the money and all this money you can have, but then don't have the time to spend with your family. Not just that, but also knowing how to utilize your money. You spoke on that. But some guys that I know of, they just spend. They don't save. You know, and it's not making no investments. They're just finding ways. They got little habits, you know, little things they involve themselves in. And so I tell them, like, bro, just like have a savings for that. Right. You know, I have a savings for everything. Right, you get what I'm saying? So if I know I have an habit going skating or going out, I'll have a budget for that.
Right. Cut your money up and put it and allocate it where they need to go.
Facts.
Don't use everything on skating. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let's keep it real. Like, nobody's telling you not to have a good time.
I agree.
But everything got to be budgeted, and it has to make sense.
It has to make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you got with it?
I mean, we can talk about finances all night. We can get into stocks, bonds, CDs, everything if you want to. We get into the Airbnb.
I just wanted you to just chime in. Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you a little bit what I'm doing now. I mean, well, I'll just speak it generally. Like when you first get your check, what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I go ahead and I save first, and then I spend last. If that makes sense.
Do the same thing.
Right. The first thing I gotta get how much I need to save and how much I need to invest.
Right.
Then I pay the bill, and then with the rest, I split that in half, and I still save that. Like I make sure I save as much as possible and invest. So what I really spend is probably maybe 10% of my paycheck. You know what I mean, on something that
that's what's up.
Just to like mess around with, and that's very little. Being honest, because first thing I wanted, like I said, I invest first, and if the investment's right, I put more into it, and then I just keep rolling like that until my money making me money. That's all it is. I just want to enjoy life. So the best way to enjoy life is to get rid of all your bills.
I'm glad you said that, and you could speak on this real quick. It seems to me that you think long term.
100%, man.
Right, but some people they think short term and short term gratification. Getting the Mercedes now.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Getting that bit blockchain now. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Go ahead.
Like,
let it drop.
I can tell you right now from firsthand experience. I had the Benz. You know what I mean? That was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. Like for real. Like it was an expensive problem. Like everybody can afford a Benz. You know what I mean? So don't think because you got a Benz you making it happen. Not everybody can get one. It's the maintenance on the Benz. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When that tail light go out or that suspension, my suspension went out. It was $4,000, and that's cash right now. Yeah. I'm being honest with you. So after a while, I was just saying like I'm having it for everybody else and not myself because I'm spending money and I'm really enjoying it. First off, the Benz sat because I ain't like to drive it because you can't even drive a railroad tracks real nice. You know what I mean? You gotta slow it down. Yeah. So don't make sense. So go get you a Kia. Use that. You know what I mean? It's durable. It's nice. It makes sense. You know what I mean? It just take you from point A to point B. Yeah. I mean, until you get to the place where you want to be, then you can get something better. I mean, besides just cars, like you could talk about shit, houses. You know what I mean? Properties. I'm big on properties, man. That's like the number one thing right now. You see the market. Yeah. Imagine if you had 2 properties right now, you sold it for $300,000 above what you paid for. Yeah. That's where the money at. You see it. So let's get that credit right. Let's go make it happen. That's the single thing that separated black people from white people with the wage gap or the the cost of living. Well, not cost of living, but just the way we live is the properties. I understand all the red line and all that stuff. We wasn't able to get properties back then, but that's the thing that can close the gap between us and them. You got to get the properties, man. That's the one thing that's gonna go away and never come back. We're not gonna make more land, so it's just gonna keep going up anyway. So go ahead and make it happen. Get that crib, man. Whatever you need to do, get the crib. Talk to somebody. Come talk to me. Shit, I talk to you about the interest rates and everything, about the PMI to take that off your crib. Everything. There's a lot of loopholes that we don't know about. And once you get into that space, man, that's where you want to be. Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. You dropping them, man.
Yeah, man. Like it's so much that you got to just be aware about. You got to open your mind to the learning process in any lane that you're in. Soak up as much as you can. Talk to the right people. Get you a realtor that's gonna give you game. And that's what it is. Like, don't just be out here saying, "Oh, I want to invest." Okay, when you gonna do it? When you gonna read that book about investing? Like, stop depending on other people. Make it happen. Once you get into it, you start having conversations. Then people start dropping the gems on you because they see you serious. Don't nobody take somebody serious that's just asking questions. Just asking questions. You got to put in the work first. Show me what you're doing. Let me we can do something together. Don't feed off me. Don't be a leech.
What I wanted to hit back on was you mentioned it, your circle. You kind of segue yourself right into the next session, which is association bring on simulation, right?
True.
So being around individuals, like I was telling myself, I need to change my circle and be around like-minded people where they can motivate me, inspire me, but also hold me accountable to what I say.
That's real.
You know, and I remember when I text you, you was like, "What you doing?" Right. And I was not trying to shy away, but I was like, let me get myself together.
Right.
Because the next conversation I have will be, here it is. Right. This is what I've been working on. And I didn't want to waste time either because I don't want to waste nobody's time. But just speak on just the association around, you know, simulating yourself around like-minded people And how does that motivate you and empower you as well?
I mean, you got to be motivated within yourself first.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real with you. So like, if you don't have that will to have those thoughts and to have, because everybody, we can sit around all day in front of a liquor store, drink beer, and talk shit and say, man, I'm gonna do this and do that, right?
Facts.
And then it really takes somebody to take that step out and take that lunge out and jump off that cliff and make it happen. Right. And once you do that, once you start working, you're gonna see for yourself that you around the wrong people. You know what I mean? Because then one, you're gonna have doubters. That's gonna come with the game plan. So you got to be ready for that. And those are people that you got to cut off from day one. The people that don't believe in you, don't believe. I don't have to like your dream to just believe in you. You know what I mean? Because I could think it may not work for me, but I know who you are. You could probably make it work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's like saying, like so my brother-in-law, he owns Fly Supply. I may not have seen the dream, but I believed in him, and the way he worked, I knew it could become something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just what it is. And then the more you push, again, you're gonna start looking for more like minds like you. You get around them circles, which is a big thing, like you say. That will become the driving force. Because now you doing something, I'm doing something, he doing something. We all got Rolexes. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? We all making moves now. You putting me on, I'm putting. Now we talking about like even different cultures. Now we talking about like the Asian culture. They put everybody in. The Jewish people put everybody in.
Everybody.
If they need their car fixed, they go to their Jewish dude because that's the way they move.
Right.
Why we don't move like that? That's crazy.
That, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even if you buy something from me and you don't like it, so what you gonna say? You gonna stop buying from me?
No.
That's not the way they handle their business. They come talk to them and say, hey, I need you to fix this. So I can continue coming here with you. I need you to fix because I'm gonna keep coming to you.
Right.
So give me the opportunity to make it right, and you keep coming to me. Share the wealth within the circle.
And the dollar circulate several times,
right.
7 times before it even exit.
Well, we all can't eat off the same dollar.
I don't get it.
It's like 30 brands of bread in Walmart. It ain't no point. We all can sell bread and it's okay. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta be no crab in a barrel.
I agree.
Get around some light minds, people that's just focused, just like you, who will bring attention to different things for you, and y'all just share information. Like I got a homeboy right now. I'm sure everybody see him on Instagram and Facebook. What they call him Lucky, but his name Terrence Fulton.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I see him on there, I hit him up. He hit me up all the time. We share information. What you doing now? I'm doing this. What you doing now? I'm doing this. Oh man, that's what's up. I'm getting into this. Oh yeah, me too. I'm getting into that. It's like I already did that. Let me tell you what to look out for now. Now he's sharing information on me. And it's like, damn, I ain't got to learn on my own. I'm learning by his mistakes, and he be looking out. So, and it just keep returning the favor like that. And if I see somebody that need help, I do the same thing back. It's just passing it around, man. Nice. Looking out for the next man, dog. And we just need enough people like that.
I agree.
But you got to be ready for it too, because I'm not gonna help out a bum, and that's real. I'm not gonna allow you to just ride my coattail and feed you the information.
Just because.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just because we black. And, you got to look out for that. Yeah, I'm looking out for you, but you got to put in the work too.
Do something.
You got to. Ain't no way I'm paying for classes and going here and doing that, and you just soaking up information from me. You know what I mean? I got 6 books open, got 2 browsers open. I'm going through everything, and you just chilling and waiting for me to put it all together and package it for you. That don't work like that, bro.
I like how you said that, because a lot of people sit down and just receive the information and do not activate at any point, to accomplish or just even do what you're saying, or they'll just leech off of you by the knowledge and work a certain way, particular way. You get what I'm saying? To keep going back to you. So they'll keep making mistakes to just go back to you, use you all up, and they go on about their business. Yeah, so that, and I agree. That's why I believe in accountability.
100%.
So, and I believe with association with like-minded people, we should hold each other accountable. And why we should hold each other accountable, because at the end of the day, we all trying to get somewhere, and we're going to need some help.
I don't think there's anybody that made it by themselves.
I agree.
And that's real. Everybody got a chance from someone. You know what I mean? And so for you to be like, I did it by myself, then you're not really holding yourself accountable for what you do, because you didn't really do it. You know what I mean? You got to give kudos to the people that lifts you up. And that's real. Like, I know the people that was in my corner cheering me on, and that's even that little bit telling me that I can do it and I can keep grinding. that little bit of confidence you put in me made me do this next step.
Wow.
So like
help you 10 steps forward.
Yeah. You gotta show the love, man, because when love is shown to you, you gotta show it back. Don't be spiteful, you know what I mean?
And you spoke on this, but educating yourself, making yourself equipped for whatever task that you're trying to accomplish. How is that important for you as well as other people to equip themselves? Not just have the 2 browsers, but also the 2 books open as well, as you mentioned.
It's literally like going to war without bullets. And that's what people are trying to do. If you don't research, if you don't know the market, then you're walking into something blind and you're bound to fail. That don't even make sense. Why put your money and your time into something you didn't do the research? Like, I'm not going to go buy McDonald's or something and don't even know how many cars drive by. You know what I mean? What's the market like? What's the store behind me? Where's the next Burger King? You know what I mean? What's my competition?
Right.
You failing.
Right.
The next man is doing that about you and you just sitting there letting it happen. So you got to be ready. It's nothing but knowledge out there, and you got to be willing to go get it. Don't be scared to read. Reading is the biggest thing that ever helped me. You know what I mean? Just being able to sit down, open up a book, and read. That sparks the fire right there.
That's what's up.
That's for me. I think that's the hardest part for people to do.
I agree.
Is to sit down and get a book and read. Once you master that, the world is endless. All the information you need is in the book.
In the book.
Nobody can tell you what's not written. So let's get it.
Well said.
Yeah, man.
Well said. I don't think I got those both. I think you hit. Well, let's talk about this real quick. I put self-awareness, being aware of self, having self-esteem, integrity, a lot of stuff.
Integrity, that's a big one, man.
Yeah, having integrity, stand focused. Not just focus, but making sure you do exactly what you say you're going to do.
Right, following through. I mean, I don't think in any business, whether it's selling drugs, whether it's building computers, you ain't got integrity, people ain't gonna mess with you.
I agree.
And that's what it is. Like, you got a shiesty person is somebody you want to stay away from, and you're gonna run into a lot of them. They said about the music industry all the time. You see the contracts, and that's why you just gotta be a stand-up person, man. Because whatever, like they say, karma always comes back to whether it's good or bad. You know what I mean? So you keep your face clean in the streets, you'll always be okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like I can shake anybody's hand and be good. I mean, that's just me.
Right.
But I try my best not to F over people or whatever it is. If it's for me, it's for me. If it's not for me, then it's not for me. I don't have to force it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Just stay focused, man. Just keep yourself up.
Right. And on this last note, uplifting others. And the reason for asking that is because a lot of times we don't have the supporting cast because we haven't gotten into that circle. We haven't that year hasn't come yet.
Right.
You know, we just down in the paint. I was telling someone my head is in the sand right now. Meaning I gotta just focus on what I need to focus on right now without being so, deterred by different, things that may come about. So just uplifting ones just on the fly. Maybe you don't always get the messages, or I had a guy on my podcast, and he had sent out the message like, man, I wasn't okay last month.
Right.
And I don't know what that really meant, but I just sent a message anyway, just because I saw that.
Right, just pray for him real quick on a text message. That can go a long way. You can be that barrier between him and trying to, you know what I'm saying? And it could be
self-deletion,
that's what I'm thinking. Like, it could be really bad for him, and for him to reach out, that's something big. Right. But I mean, you don't even have to be down to uplift somebody. I mean, you don't have to be up to uplift somebody. You could be down. You could be trying to figure your stuff out. Your boy make it. Congratulate him.
I like that.
That's where the energy come from. He gonna remember that. You gonna remember that. Like, damn, be happy for the ones that's doing it. You know what I mean? That's huge. Like, it ain't always got to be about you. And when you learn that, then you gonna stop. I think that's when you break that ceiling where, if I can congratulate the next man, when my turn, I'm gonna be next up. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna know how to handle it because I know how I feel to be down. Like, man, just be humble at all times. Like, the Bible talk about it. Everybody talk about it. Be humble because it means something. Like, the man that ain't humble ain't finna go far. He look like he winning, but he ain't winning. He can't lean on nobody when times get rough. So just keep your head up, man. Just keep it moving.
All right. So on that note, I appreciate you coming through,
Right, man.
and you know I had to bring you on. I just had to wait for a particular time. You know, everybody on they
grind right now.
right.
Man. Shit.
Everybody making moves.
Let's make it happen.
So I appreciate you coming through. Hey, make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. I'm your boy DP.
Tony one and only Ant, you know what I'm saying? All that. Appreciate you, man. Glad to be here.
Hey, appreciate it. So make sure, like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll put his information in the description below, so make sure y'all follow him and all that great stuff. I'm your boy DP. This my boy Ant.
True.
And we Gemini Gems. That's Geminis with the S, Gems with the Z. And what we do,
Drop them gems.
we drop them gems.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care. All right.